What's up, guys? I'm Samantha Sphinx, and welcome to my channel. This last weekend, I had the opportunity to spend some time with some amazing people. And I'm not going to get too in depth about my experience because I'm still integrating into society at this time, and I want to see what comes of it. All I want you guys to know is that I had a choice to make last weekend. And I know a lot of people are questioning things because I had a friend call me yesterday that I haven't spoken to in a really long time. And we ended up talking on the phone for hours. But God brought her back to me for a reason. And I know a lot of people are questioning why I wasn't at my little brother's wedding. And I know that, social media, internet, everybody has access and everyone has their own assumptions. I don't have to explain myself to anybody. I really don't. I'm not a bitch. I try to act like a bitch because it's a defense mechanism for me. And I figured that out this weekend. I know that to some people, it may have seemed selfish and inconsiderate, and how could I have not gone to my little brother's wedding? But I had a choice to make, and I chose myself. I chose my mental health, and I love my family very, very much. But I will no longer surround myself around humans who make me feel smaller than what I actually am. I know they love me. I know they mean well. But for me, and for my growth as a person, and to be the best fucking mom that I can be, I had to choose myself. And I pray and hope that one day they'll understand. And I know they will. Because they love me. But I had to heal my soul, and I valued the time that I had this weekend and the opportunity that I had with grandmother and grandfather, and the fact that I was able to heal myself all over again. Truly. I know on some of the previous episodes, I kept saying I was aligned. I kept saying I'm so fucking happy and that I wasn't mad and I wasn't angry. There's this quote that says, if you want to get better at something, record yourself, go back and watch it like a playbook and improve. That's what football teams do. That's what basketball teams do. They record games and they go back and they watch them, and you watch yourself and how to fix yourself. And I actually watched the last video that I posted, which I did on a Thursday, and I saw myself. I saw who I was trying to be. I wasn't being authentic. Because I was still mad. I'm still sad. And I was very mad at my mom for dying. I'm not mad at her anymore. I knew why she had to do it. I knew why she took on the contract that she did and why she chose to sacrifice herself for her kids. There are no words for what I experienced this weekend. And nobody may ever really understand but me, and that's okay. I don't expect anybody to understand my hurt or my pain. It's my own shit that I have to deal with. And I did. I went to therapy to heal my soul. Because I don't want to be mad at my mom anymore. And I don't want to pretend to be this person that I'm not, you know? And the fact of the matter is that the experience I had this weekend is priceless. You can't put a price tag on that. I literally found my soul family just in a weekend with complete strangers. And I know that on a drop of a dime, I can call them and say, I need help. And they would be there for me. Because they proved that to me this weekend. And that's what love is. That is what true, infinite love, kindness, humility is. You know, I drank myself to sleep for a very long time. And I took antidepressants for 2 years. I went to therapy for a year. I tried. I keep trying to fix myself. I really was trying, you know? But nothing was really like getting to the core of it. And this weekend, we got to the core of it. And I literally purged out the traumas of my life, the guilt, the anger, the hate, the sadness, the grief, the loss. And I did it for a reason. For my purpose and my passion, my Dharma. And some of y'all may not even understand what that is, and that's okay. But I now know who I'm meant to be and what I'm supposed to be. And I will follow through with it. And I will blossom. And I will change the world. Whatever that means. Whether that's changing the path of my children's lives, or writing a book, or continuing on my path with YouTube and just being a funny person who likes to giggle every now and then and loves herself so much that I really just enjoy doing this, honestly. And so I get it. I get it now. And I do understand that there is a science part behind all of this. And I was intrigued by the science. And I loved the science aspect. And it's fucking beautiful. But the experience that I had this weekend with plant medicine and other souls, that's not science. It's love. It's just pure fucking love. To have walked into a place where I knew nobody and walking out like I've known them my whole fucking life. is amazing. And I genuinely have never felt that kind of love in my life before. Besides my husband and my kids, you know. I've never had a stranger love me like that. So it was fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful fucking experience. My plan was to come in here and talk about music and be all like, wow, it's Music Tuesday. Like, yeah. But Spirit led me on another route, and that's okay. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. I feel like I don't need to explain myself anymore to people. But out of the kindness in my heart and the love that I have for my family, this is pretty much the only way I can talk to them, you know? So if you guys are watching, I love you so much. And I'm sorry if I hurt you, and I'm sorry if you feel like I'm being selfish. I promise it's nothing personal, but I have to take care of myself for my kids, and I hope you can understand that. But I love you guys, and when the time is right, you'll come back into my life. Or you won't. I don't know. And I know that some people don't like their shit on the internet, and they don't, you know, they want to keep their little private lives or whatever, which is cool. Like, I do too. I'm down with that. But in order for me to be authentic to myself and authentic to my audience and the people that I want to encourage and empower, I have to share a little bit of myself with you, so that you know you're not alone in the feelings. You're not alone in the isolation. And the fact that a friend of mine called me yesterday out of the blue, and she was like, I know what it feels like, and I'm sorry, and I love you, and I'm here for you. Someone I haven't spoken to in a hot minute, you know? And so it does hurt. And I was very sad last week. You guys, I want a free trip to Florida, a full paid vacation to Florida. I didn't even have to pay to go. And even in that last week, I was contemplating, like, am I making the wrong decision? Am I making the wrong decision? It's little brother, you know? But I called him and I talked to him, and he was very understanding and he was very loving. Now, I don't know if my other siblings knew that or not, but he was understanding that I needed to do the work on myself because he knew my pain. He can see my pain. So I'm very grateful for him for understanding, and he knew that I had to do this for myself. And I chose myself. Because I don't want to live a life of fear or sadness or anger, jealousy or scarcity. I don't want any of that anymore. I'm done, you know? And I kept saying the whole weekend, if if you get this, you get this. If you don't, go look it up. But The Craft, there was a movie called The Craft when I was growing up, and they would do these like seances or whatever. I don't even know what witchcraft or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And they would always say light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board. And then they would like raise her up and she would like elevate up off the ground. That is exactly what I feel like now. I am as light as a feather, but I am as stiff as a fucking board, and I'm elevating. I can literally feel it in my soul. And some people may understand what that feels like, and some don't. And some may never understand what that feels like. Some people will never wake up. They'll live their life day to day doing the same thing over and over again, not acknowledging their, the shit. I am that I am. And it took me a 4-day weekend with strangers to figure that out. Not only with strangers, but with grandmother and grandfather, and the plants and the trees and the birds and the dirt and the rocks, the beautiful fucking rocks, man. They shine like gold, and you're missing it because you're too busy on what trend is up and coming. You're missing the beauty of the world. So, I am now fully aligned. I thought I was last week, but I wasn't. I purged my demons the fuck out of me. Literally. And it is by far one of the best experiences I've had in my entire life. And I wouldn't change it for the world. And I almost didn't go because I didn't want to leave my kids. And I felt like a shitty mom. Like, who am I to go and take care of myself? Like, my kids need me. My daughter was crying because she didn't want me to go. But those people, they changed my life. And I'm so happy that I chose myself. Because now I can be the best fucking mommy for my babies. And now I can be exactly who I was meant to be. And I'm going to use my voice for those who can't speak. That's my Dharma. Yeah. To those beautiful souls, you know exactly who you are, and you know exactly what you did for me. I love you so fucking much. And I'm so happy and grateful to have had such a beautiful fucking experience with you. Those moments I will forever hold in my heart. And I am so grateful to you. Truly. I love you guys. I hope you have the best day ever. And maybe tomorrow I'll come in like, woo, music time. But I just really wanted to share my experience with you guys. And if you guys are ever interested in doing some inner healing work or interested in plant medicine, Dave and Danielle Hall are at Sacred Relations Healing. I'll tag them below, but truly amazing people. Truly. And I also have another friend in Austin, Texas who does plant medicine, so if you're interested, please let me know. He's readily available at your local park. So let me know if you guys are interested, and I can always get you guys connected. Just shoot me a DM on my Instagram or here on YouTube, and I will let you know. I love you guys so fucking much. And I have no other words besides I love you. And I hope you have a beautiful day.